pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning to all my fellow Americans here once again. What's going on? There's a lot going on today. And I want to send a salute to all my fellow members of the DAB and to veterans of all organizations, and never forget those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in order to keep our country free, which now the official Communist Party, which is now still calls themselves the Democrat Party, wants to destroy. Another thing, if you're going to boycott something, let's boycott the Democrat Party in 2020 and vote for Trump. Not boycott Goya products. They're great products created by a true conservative patriot who loves this country, and we should buy those products and support this company, which are true patriots. I buy them. They're the best. If it's Goya, they have to be good, and believe me, they are. And another thing, the state of Florida, don't forget to vote for Maria Elvira Salazar for Congress, another true conservative patriot who loves this country and wants to put a stop to these evil entities who are officially the so-called Communist Party, no longer the Democrat Party. And first of all, Donald Trump. Let's recognize UPACO as an official dissident movement against the communists in Cuba, and name Jose Daniel Ferrer Garcia president of the island of Cuba. Okay, I just I had to erase the video because I was interrupted by a VA official who called me about an examination for my eyesight. And this is going to be done via internet. And I was starting off with Ben Shapiro about Kamala Harris. I want you to hear what he has to say about her. And first of all, I've been censored and banned on Facebook for 87 days. These people are criminals. They're just criminals. They're the extreme left. They want to shut the conservative voice down, me being one of them. And these people should be sued the hell out of them. Mark Zuckerberg should be ruined and sued to hell. But I can't do nothing about it. He has the power. I wish Donald Trump or a true conservative. I try to get into Parler. I don't know what's the matter. I can't get into Parler no matter how many times I tried. For some reason, there's no way I can get in. You know, Dan Bongino keeps reminding us that there is a conservative page, which is called Parler.com. I can't get in no matter how many times I try. I'm going to try to send this video and see if Parler can hear me and try to help me out, because I want to get into it. You know, I'm being discriminated. I've been discriminated by YouTube, who shut me down for a while. I think it was for 3 months. Now I had to post this on YouTube, unfortunately, because I can't go into Facebook because they banned me there too. You know, it doesn't work either way. I can't go through iMovie because I'm banned by well, I don't know how to do it. Really, I'm trying my best. If something happens wrong, I just go on permanently, period. Keep on watching movies and passing my last days watching the birds fly, sing, I don't know, whatever. So let me go on with this video of Ben Shapiro, see what he has to say about Kamala Harris.
What we learned from Kamala Harris's tenure, well, we learned that she's incredibly manipulative, that she will use
Believe me,
people
nothing
together, and that she will
positive.
ditch them at the first available opportunity. As we'll see, she did this to Joe Biden as well. And she will ditch him at first available opportunity as well, too. We know that she is perfectly willing to use the auspices of government in order to achieve particular goals. She's willing to be authoritarian in her use of government, and she has threatened to be incredibly authoritarian if ever she became president. During this last campaign, she repeatedly talked about how she was going to overthrow the boundaries of constitutional government, like all the time. She said openly that she would give Congress 100 days to act on guns, and then if Congress did not act on guns, then she would immediately use executive action to act on guns. So this is her openly threatening to violate the Constitution. If Congress doesn't do, there is no clause in the Constitution, by the way, that says if Congress doesn't do what the president wants. The executive branch shall have the powers to simply declare the law. There's nothing in the Constitution like that. But as we'll see, Kamala Harris does not give two good damns about the Constitution, because that's who she is. Here is Kamala Harris in open debate, saying that she would give Congress 100 days to act on guns, then she'd just do it herself.
Upon being elected, I will give the United States Congress 100 days to get their act together and have the courage to pass reasonable gun safety laws. And if they fail to do it, then I will take executive action.
Like a true
And
communist.
specifically, what I will do is put in place a requirement that for anyone who sells more than 5 guns a year, they are required to do background checks when they sell those guns.
Amazing. Amazing. So she's just going to do it herself. And then, when she was asked about this in open debate, right, Joe Biden was like, that's unconstitutional, Kamala. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can't just do as president of the United States. And Kamala Harris was like, well, yes, we can. Ah! Hyena-like Joker laugh. Okay, so, by the way, like, I guess it's good that she was cast as VP, because otherwise she would have been the heir apparent for the Joker part. And Jared Leto was out already. So in the next Suicide Squad, it would have been Kamala Harris laughing with that crazy Cesar Romero kind of giggle. And here she was, trying to explain to Joe Biden that the Constitution is hackneyed and no longer matters. And Joe Biden standing there, but I remember the Constitution. I was there when they wrote it. I've been ignoring it for you. And then he fell asleep. Here, this was from a Democratic debate.
You can't do it by executive order any more than Trump can do things when he says he can do it by executive order. Does the vice president have a point there?
Some things you can. Many things you can't.
Let's let the senator answer.
Well, I mean, I would just say, hey, Joe, instead of saying no, we can't, let's say yes, we can.
Let's be constitutional. We got a
And
constitution.
yes, we can.
Yeah, looking forward to a lot of that. Looking forward to a lot of that. Get ready. You got a lot of that.
Yeah, she's
That
evil as
crazy
hell.
laugh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good stuff happening there. So she's an authoritarian who can laugh crazily. So that's exciting stuff. By the way, she also supports packing the Supreme Court. So that's good. Definitely somebody who is a pragmatic moderate, according to the New York Times. Harris told Politico, quote, "We are on the verge of a crisis of confidence in the Supreme Court. We have to take this challenge head on. Everything is on the table to do that." So she joined with Beto and Kirsten Gillibrand and Elizabeth Warren, saying that she might consider packing at the courts. She's definitely a moderate, guys. Definitely a moderate. Did you know that every like
Let
on this
me go
video
to the next
creates
one.
one additional leftist
The other
tier?
one is
Don't
an
ask me
announcement
why.
by Ben
That's called
Shapiro.
science. To take advantage of this amazing opportunity, hit the like button.
Anyway, it was finishing already. There's a lot of good videos here about what's happening. Too bad I can't put them all. I want you to see this one about Rashida Tlaib. You know what really pisses me off? They don't go to prison for their crimes, including this other one, Ilhan Omar. Let's see what happens here.
Pay up. Ethics Committee finds Rashida Tlaib guilty. Here's how much she has to pay. I'm Josh Bernstein filling in for Gary Franchi in the Next News Network. Now, before we get to that story, folks, remember Next News has been heavily censored, been taken out of suggested videos. So please do us a favor. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. You're getting your notifications. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please check out the newsletter in the description below. Now, let's get to your story here. According to Mike LaChance of American Lookout Reports, Representative Rashida Tlaib of Michigan broke election laws. After an investigation by the House Ethics Committee found, and a result that the far-left member of Congress will now be fined a measly $10,800. How pathetic. The committee concluded that Tlaib's violations were the result of, quote, bad timing and not ill intent. Really? And that her only penalty should be to repay within a year $10,800 in monies that she improperly collected. Please, if this was a Republican, they would have been run out of Congress and they probably would have had like a $200,000 fine, okay? They would never be able to run for Congress again. They'd never be able to do a lobbyist. They'd be run out of Washington. They'd be tarred and feathered if there was an R in front of their name. The ruling was made public just a few days after Tlaib won a tough primary race on Tuesday. Candidates for federal office may pay themselves a reasonable small salary during any campaign. However, it must cease after Election Day. In this case, it did not, and that seems to be the main problem here. Why does the squad keep getting away with breaking our laws? Somebody said on Twitter. This further proves the theory of Democratic privilege, no question about it. A Twitter user notes, the House Ethics Committee found that Representative Rashida Tlaib violated campaign finance rules by receiving a campaign salary when she was no longer eligible to do so. This is the same type of offense that caused Dinesh D'Souza to face endless attacks from the left and 8 months in lockdown. But yet the liberal media, they completely ignore it because, well, they love the squad, number one. And number two, because there's a two-tier justice system. Democrats can't do anything wrong, and if they do, it's hush-hush. Nobody knows about it, you know. Oh, you're just racist if you want her to be run out of Congress. You're racist if you think that she should be forced to resign, right? That's how it works, unfortunately. But you know what? How about the real crime? You know, the one where she didn't even live in her district, in the 13th district, when she ran for Congress? And oh, by the way, her own father outed her out to the Detroit Free Press News about it? But yet she's still in Congress. And how many aliases has she used on official documents? Where is she from? 100%. There's a lot of questions about Rashida Tlaib. And of course, the $200,000+ that came from George Soros that funded her campaign. Oh, but we don't want to talk about that, right? Because she's a squad member. Silly me. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. Give us a like, give us a share. Continue to watch the Next News Network. I'm Josh Bernstein, filling in for Gary Grant.
This is from the Next News Network. So YouTube will realize I'm not stealing anybody's rights. Plus, I'm not receiving any type of money for posting this. I'm just sharing the thoughts and what's happening, and the announcements that they're making against these criminals like Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar and many others. What happened is that what they don't like is that I'm a conservative and that I'm exposing the truth. That's all. They want to restrict my conservative opinions. So I'm just going to keep on here, see what happens. Let me go with this one from Next News Network. Remember, YouTube, I'm not stealing the rights of anybody. I'm not violating communities' standards, because this was posted on YouTube. What I'm posting here was posted on YouTube to share. Okay, I'm not stealing anybody's rights. I'm not getting paid. I'm not requesting money. I'm not getting any type of money for this, for the work I'm doing here on these videos. So stop discriminating. And I hope there's a lawsuit later on for the discrimination that's being done against us conservative voices. So I'm leaving with this one. Donald Trump, I always pray for you and your family, that God protect you. The same for Mike Pence and his family. I stand with God and Israel eternally. So I'll see you all soon. And like I said, I'm leaving with this one. God bless you all. God bless my country. I love my country eternally. Also, bye-bye.
You know, they say once you tell a lie, it generally snowballs. Now you got one lie that has to protect another lie and another lie, and just keep on lying until there's so many lies you can't keep track of them all. Well, that's exactly the case here with Ilhan Omar. I'm going to play a clip here from Blaze Radio. Wait till you hear this. Something I didn't really consider yet. New evidence proving that Ilhan Omar's crimes are bigger than anybody even knew. Now, before I go further, if you're watching for the first time, please do make sure you hit the red subscribe button and you turn on your notifications so we can bring you real news and opinion every day. Now, this is from Blaze TV that reported that once again the media has failed to carry out even the most cursory investigation when it comes to allegations against Representative Ilhan Omar, but investigative journalist David Steinberg has pieced together, quote, 32 new verifiable archived pieces of evidence that indicate Omar conducted the most extensive spree of state and federal felonies by an elected congressperson in U.S. history. You went on with the Glenn Beck program to detail how the pieces fit together. Listen.
It's over from our end. There's really nothing left in that's publicly available documentation that anyone would need to have to be convinced that for 8 years she had married her brother to commit immigration fraud. And this marriage fraud also was in the service of education fraud / student loan fraud. And along the line, we have evidence that she filed at least 2 years of fraudulent tax returns, possibly 8. We have evidence that she perjured herself 8 times during her 2017 divorce from this man. And along the way, of course, we know she was living in public housing. We know she was likely receiving subsidized childcare. Essentially, almost everything she put her name on for 8 years was perjury or fraud. And it all adds up to likely the most extensive spree of state and federal felonies by an elected congressperson in U.S. history.
Wow. Think about that for a second. Think about that. First, she makes the first lie with marrying her brother, right? And now she's got to go ahead and follow suit with that lie on every single document, every single application. She was receiving public aid, public housing, and this woman wants to tear down America. She's one of the beneficiaries of all the programs. And then she's lying on all these things. Oh my goodness. They write that on Tuesday, Ilhan Omar was announced as the winner of her primary in Minnesota's 5th congressional district. I'm just waiting for the announcement that she's going to be arrested. New evidence. I'm going to share this. Comment below. We'll see you at the next report for the next.